Hi everyone, this is Orchid. Today I'm doing a mosaic mirror DIY. I found this mirror online some time ago and I cut and pasted and printed it up and I could never find it again. So today I'm going to try to make a dupe of this. I'm basically using stuff that I already have. This is plywood leftover from my tufted console table project. It's 1/4 inch plywood. This is a mirror I bought months ago at IKEA. It was only $9, measures 18 by 23.5 inches, I think. So the first thing I did was just put the plywood together, lay the mirror on top, and make the markings all the way around. That's what I'm left with. Remember, we have to have those four points at each end of the mirror. That's why you see those boxes there. Now, these are my measurements. I have a 5.5 inch outcrop, if that's how you can say it, if you remember from the mirror I showed you earlier. So that would leave me 9 inches from that point to the end of the mirror on both ends. And then, so I make my squigglies just to know what I'm gonna cut out, and I stretch my tape measure across, my ruler across, just to make sure they are equally aligned. Now for the top and the bottom, I recessed it 3 inches, and then from the mirror it's 4 inches. Now when you get into cutting at the corners there where you have the little outcrop, it's going to be difficult. So what I do, I just cut little strips, put in little tiny cuts, and then I pop those pieces out. And once I get it wide enough to fit the blade in so it can go in the other direction, then I get to cut across. So that makes it easy to cut in the corners. Really easy. And I did the same on the other side. So this is it after I have done all the cutting. That was the hardest part. Now for the back, I want to reinforce it since it's only 1/4 inch plywood. So I'm going to cut this piece in 4, and then I'm going to glue it around the perimeter of the mirror where I can hang it either horizontally or vertically. Left it overnight to dry with some weight on top. This is the hanging hardware. You're going to need a pair of these. You can purchase them at Home Depot. I have had these left over from a previous project. I had to go out and get nails because I was out of those, and this is what I got. They were only like $1 and change, and that's me just screwing them in. And this is wire from a broken mirror. I kept it. This is what I do, guys. You keep these things, then you don't have to spend money buying them. I mean, it doesn't take up a lot of space. And that's what I'm going to use now to hook into the hanging hardware so I can hang it on the wall. Now for the mirror, you definitely need to use mirror glue. No way around it, guys. You can pick this up in Lowe's. I hardly see this in Home Depot. Be very generous and make sure you press the mirror in place. I wasn't sure what I was going to do around the perimeter, so I painted it with this silver paint. I just happened to have it. While I decided whether I was going to do vinyl or beads or whatever. But I finally then moved to the molding around the mirror. You guys may know that I like to work with vinyl molding. It's easy, cheap, and spray paint adhere to it very well. So $2.38 for an 8-foot length, perfect for me, just up my budget. And I sprayed it gold, cut it with my miter saw. Now for the face of the plywood, I finally decided to use mosaic tiles. I picked this up at Home Depot, $4.99 per tile. I purchased 4. I ended up using 3.5. Cut them and lay them in place. And once I completed that, I just went in with my glue, using this glue now because I want to save my mirror glue for just mirrors, and just glue them in place. Next, I moved to the molding because I'm putting molding all the way around the perimeter of the mirror. I ended up having to cut an extra half an inch around those the four corners of the mirror. But what I generally do is cut the 45-degree angle at one end of the molding. Then I use that as a guide to cut the other piece. You see what I'm doing there? So much easier. So you know exactly where to cut. Now once I cut those pieces, I use them as template for anywhere else on the mirror that's going to use that same, piece. So I just put them on top of the molding and just, this makes it so much easier when you use one to, for the template. And I taped them in place. I had to cut off an extra half an inch around the edge there. I also number the pieces so I know exactly where to put each of them. Spray them with this Rust-Oleum paint, then I glue them in place. The numbering system worked perfectly for me because it's never perfect everywhere. Each didn't match exactly, so I had to make a little adjustment to some of the pieces. And this is how she turned out, guys. This project would cost a little under $50, I think, because the tiles were $15, the mirror was $9. The plywood wouldn't cost you, say, more than $10. So this is easily under $50, and the molding you probably end up using about 3. That would be like $7. Hope you like it, guys. Let me know what you think. I had really good reviews here at home, so thank you so much for watching again. Bye, guys.